How to fix CS2 weapon inspection, menu freezing, and low FPS. Welcome back to Teknobalta, where we dive deep into the technical challenges that hinder your gaming experience. Today, we're tackling a particularly frustrating issue reported by many Counter-Strike 2 players: severe freezing and drastically low FPS, specifically within the weapon inspection menu, even when in-game performance remains robust and fluid. This anomaly often points towards specific rendering quirks, resource contention, or misconfigurations related to UI elements rather than general hardware inadequacy, demanding a targeted approach for resolution. We'll explore a comprehensive suite of professional, deep-dive technical solutions designed to restore your seamless inspection experience and eliminate those frustrating stutters. Let's get started on optimizing your CS2 experience. Change inspection menu background. The inspection menu background in CS2 can sometimes be a resource-intensive environment, particularly if set to complex maps like Office, which involve dynamic lighting and physics objects. Switching this background to a simpler, static option such as black or a less demanding map significantly reduces rendering overhead, mitigating potential GPU or VRAM bottlenecks that manifest as severe FPS drops or freezes. This forces the game engine to allocate fewer resources to background rendering, allowing the main menu UI elements to operate more smoothly and responsively. Verify game file integrity. Corrupted or missing game files can lead to unpredictable behavior, including specific UI elements failing to load or render correctly, causing performance dips or freezes. Utilize the Steam client's built-in Verify Integrity of Game Files function, which scans your CS2 installation against the official server versions and automatically replaces any discrepancies. This ensures that all necessary assets and executable components are intact and uncompromised. Update graphics drivers. Outdated or corrupted graphics drivers are a primary culprit for myriad gaming performance issues, including UI-specific stutters. Ensure you are running the absolute latest drivers directly from NVIDIA, AMD, or Intel's official websites, performing a clean installation to remove any residual files from previous driver versions. These updates often contain critical performance optimizations and bug fixes, specifically for new game titles like CS2. Update Windows operating system. Keeping your Windows operating system up to date is crucial for game compatibility, security, and overall system performance. Windows updates frequently include critical DirectX runtime updates, system optimizations, and bug fixes that can directly impact how games interact with your hardware, potentially resolving underlying stability issues that affect CS2 menu performance. Navigate to Windows Settings, then Update and Security, and check for any pending updates to ensure your system is current. Disable Steam Overlay. The Steam Overlay, while convenient for in-game communication and browsing, can sometimes interfere with game rendering processes, especially in demanding titles like CS2. This interference can manifest as performance drops, input lag, or menu freezes as the overlay attempts to render its UI elements on top of the game. Disabling the overlay via Steam settings for CS2 can significantly reduce resource contention and improve menu responsiveness. Disable Xbox Game Bar and Game Mode. Windows' native Xbox Game Bar and Game Mode features are intended to optimize gaming, but are often reported to cause conflicts and performance degradation in various titles, including CS2. These features can introduce unnecessary background processes or resource allocation adjustments that inadvertently impact the game's menu performance. Disabling both through Windows settings, Gaming Xbox Game Bar and Gaming Game Mode, can eliminate potential sources of interference. Adjust in-game video settings. Specific in-game video settings, even those not directly related to menu rendering, can indirectly impact overall system resource availability, leading to menu stutters. Experiment with lowering shader detail, model/texture detail, shadow quality, and ensure multicore rendering is enabled, as these settings significantly influence GPU load. Disabling VSync can also sometimes alleviate input lag and improve responsiveness, particularly in UI interactions. Optimize CS2 launch options. Steam launch options provide a powerful way to pass commands directly to the CS2 executable, influencing its behavior from startup. Consider adding high to prioritize CS2 CPU usage, Nava to skip the intro video and save resources, and Najoy to disable joystick support, which can prevent unexpected resource allocations. These commands can collectively improve initial loading times and potentially stabilize menu performance. Clear shader cache, GPU driver and game. Both your graphics driver and the game itself maintain a shader cache to expedite rendering of frequently used graphical assets. A corrupted or outdated shader cache can lead to visual artifacts, stuttering, and performance issues, especially in UI elements that rely on precompiled shaders. You can clear the driver's shader cache via your GPU control panel, and often clear the game's cache by deleting specific folders within CS2 installation directory, e.g., Shaders folder. Disable full-screen optimizations for CS2, exe. Windows full-screen optimizations feature, while designed to improve performance in borderless windowed mode, can sometimes interfere with true exclusive full-screen applications like CS2. This can lead to input lag, stuttering, or unexpected frame drops. Locate CS2. exe usually in steamups /common Counter-Strike Global Offensive /game /bin /win64. Right-click, go to Properties Compatibility, and check Disable Full-Screen Optimizations. Check NVIDIA/AMD Control Panel Settings. Your GPU Control Panel, NVIDIA Control Panel, or AMD Adrenalin software allows global or per-application overrides for graphics settings that can conflict with in-game configurations. Ensure that settings like Power Management Mode are set to prefer maximum performance, and that VSync or triple buffering are not enforced globally for CS2, as these can introduce artificial delays or resource management issues that affect UI smoothness. Monitor background applications. Resource-intensive background applications can compete with CS2 for CPU, GPU, and RAM, leading to overall system slowdowns and specific game performance issues. Open Task Manager before launching CS2 and close any unnecessary programs that are consuming significant resources. Identifying and terminating these background processes ensures that CS2 has the maximum available system resources for optimal operation. Reset CS2 video settings to default. Sometimes, a combination of obscure video settings or minor corruptions within the game's configuration can lead to localized performance issues like menu freezing. Resetting all video settings within CS2 to their default values can often resolve these conflicts by reverting to a known stable configuration. This acts as a clean slate, allowing you to reconfigure essential settings cautiously. Reset game configuration files, advanced. For persistent issues, a deeper reset involving specific game configuration files might be necessary. Locate and back up, then delete config. CFG and video. TXT files, typically found in your CS2 CFG folder, steamups /common Counter-Strike Global Offensive /CSGO /CFG. Deleting these files will force the game to generate new, default configurations upon next launch, potentially resolving any underlying corruption or misconfigurations affecting menu performance. Check display refresh rate consistency. Inconsistencies between your operating system's display refresh rate setting and the game's configured refresh rate can introduce micro-stuttering or frame pacing issues. Ensure that your Windows display settings, advanced display settings, display adapter properties, match the refresh rate set within CS2 video options, ideally aligning with your monitor's native refresh rate for the smoothest experience. Ensure sufficient VRAM. While the CS2 inspection menu might not seem graphically intensive, loading detailed weapon skins, complex backgrounds, and high-resolution UI elements simultaneously can temporarily spike VRAM usage. If your graphics card has insufficient VRAM, or if VRAM is heavily utilized by other applications, this can cause significant slowdowns. Monitor VRAM usage with tools like MSI Afterburner to identify if this is a bottleneck. Disable any third-party overlays. Beyond the Steam overlay, various third-party applications like Discord, GeForce Experience, with its overlay, or other performance monitoring tools can introduce their own overlays that might conflict with CS2. These overlays inject code into the game process, potentially disrupting rendering pipelines and causing menu instability or FPS drops. Systematically disable all non-essential overlays to isolate any potential conflicts. Reinstall CS2, last resort. If all other troubleshooting steps fail to resolve the weapon inspection menu freezing and low FPS, a complete reinstallation of CS2 should be considered as a last resort. This process ensures a completely fresh installation of all game files, eradicating any deeply rooted corruption or inaccessible files that might be causing the persistent issue. Remember to back up any custom configuration files or demos before proceeding. Run game as administrator. In some rare scenarios, permission-related issues can prevent CS2 from accessing necessary system resources or writing temporary files, leading to erratic performance. Locate the CS2 exe executable, right-click, and select Run as Administrator to ensure the game has elevated privileges. For a more permanent solution, you can set the game to always run as administrator via its properties in the Compatibility tab. We hope these deep-dive technical solutions help you resolve the frustrating weapon inspection menu issues in Counter-Strike 2. A smooth and responsive UI is crucial for an enjoyable gaming experience. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more expert technical guides and troubleshooting tips.